Good morning, friends! Let's talk about mom guilt. So I've been thinking about this video a lot. You know who didn't have nearly as much mom guilt? Our moms, right? They're like, sure, go swim in the creek, play on that abandoned oil rig, I don't care. But as soon as it starts to get dark, you coming back and sitting down because I'm making a family-sized Stouffer's lasagna and we're all gonna sit and eat it together, so help me God. Right? Wasn't that your mom? Let's think about like what our moms had. Our moms had, well, they had their mom telling them how to mom, and we've got our moms telling us how to mom, and I can't wait to tell my daughter how to be a mom. You know, that's an age-old tradition that will carry on. But other than that, our moms had a few trusted resources, and they had their own intuition, right? What do you and I have? A million resources. We don't trust any of them really, and we haven't been able to hear our own intuition since before Pinterest was invented. Come on, somebody. So what I think is that a lot of this stuff we're calling mom guilt is actually just more comparison and FOMO, because we're looking around at how other people are doing things and then feeling guilty about how we're doing things in relation to that. Like, our moms didn't have this intimate view into other moms' lives and how they did things. They saw each other at PTA meetings and potlucks when people were all like dressed their best and out to impress anyway. And so a lot of this mom guilt, I think, is just relative to how other people are momming. It's all comparison. And we're bringing that on ourselves. So let's stop. Okay? Let's stop doing that. Moms, if you're a mom, you're doing great. You look fabulous. Your children are adorable. They're turning out just fine. But the other thing I wanted to tell us on the other end of the spectrum is sometimes I think, again, the pendulum has just swung too far, and now we're like, there's no place for guilt within motherhood. You should never feel guilty. Come on. As if we're all doing our best every day. We know some kids who could use some better parenting. I was actually talking to a mentor about this because I had made a commitment not to travel and speak as much once we moved out here to LA. We left all of our family back in Oklahoma, and so coming out here, now if I travel for a long time, that really affects my husband and daughter. And so I had made that commitment, but I'm still out here traveling and speaking a lot, and I was talking to her about the mom guilt that I felt, and she was like, that's not mom guilt, that's just guilt. You feel guilty because you're not doing what you said you're going to do. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. After I got up off the floor from her slapping me around a little bit, I realized that she was right. And there is a place for guilt because guilt helped me to get sober. Guilt helps me realize, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I need to do this better. And so then it's like, okay, well, how do I know if this is real guilt? And again, I think it comes down to listening to our own intuition. Hopefully you're praying, meditating, trying to be a better mom, trying to be the parent that God made you to be. So if you're doing that, then you can listen into your own intuition, because girlfriends are quick to swoop in and try and tell you not to feel any mom guilt. You don't need to feel guilty about that. You're doing great, but maybe you do. Listen, every single family unit is its own special brand of cray-cray. All right? So we need to just focus in on our own values and priorities, and that will help block out some of this fake comparison mom guilt, and it'll also help us to do the check before we wreck on maybe we should be feeling some mom guilt. So all of this comes down to listening to our intuition, finding our intuition, blocking out everybody, stop looking around, stop reading 5 billion blogs, like block it all out, listening to our own intuition. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you today, all parents, listen, if you are being intentional, you're winning. If you're trying to be a better parent and a better person, if you're awake and present and paying attention to what you're doing and you're trying to grow, you're crushing it. All right. And in doing that, you will know, oops, I messed up. I need to fix that. Oops, I feel bad, in a legitimate, real guilt, not mom guilt, not fake guilt kind of way. So I hope this encouraged you, inspired you, motivated you, maybe made you think, definitely made you laugh. If it did, I hope you'll share it with a friend, and I'll be back soon with another video.